Hi there. In the last video I mentioned picking up some Edge magazines, and I thought it would be nice to just go over them. But I was out thrifting with Wouter the other day, and I've picked up some Edge magazines and some comics. And these Edge magazines, they all went for €1. So pretty stoked. Edge is a UK-based gaming magazine focusing on current gen gaming, and also a bit of retro gaming. There's a retro gaming bit inside, but it's a very, very cool magazine, high-end magazine, glossy magazine, with a very amazing layout. And it really, in-depth articles, great layout, and it really gives you a sense of, really gives you a sense of the time. In-depth articles, and this is actually a special edition from 2006, December 2006, and it focuses on The Legend of Zelda. Of course, The Legend of Zelda up to December 2006. Very nice time capsule, and it's just not one of those, they have Edge also has regular magazines where they just focus on the release of a single game, but this actually focuses on The Legend of Zelda, and there's others. This one from August 2010, actually this was the year that I was, the first year that I lived in my current house, but this focuses on the 3DS. Revealed Nintendo's portable plan to bring 3D gaming to the masses. A very nice time capsule from, the price of these magazines in the Great Britain, it's $4.50, which is not too bad. But if you translate it to those prices, you would pay like 8, 15, 16, sometimes 18 euros for a single magazine. So you can imagine me not getting a lot of those, although I did. But if you look at the layout, it's really very well done. Great screenshots and stuff. You see arcade cabs. It's a wonderful, wonderful magazine, and if you are more cerebral, if you want more in-depth articles, intelligent articles, Edge is the magazine to go for, I think. Now this, it's Tintin. It's the magazine Tintin. It's a Dutch magazine, and they came out with special versions of the magazine, and it's called the Superkuifje. And this actually is Superkuifje, Super Tintin, with complete stories focusing on these comics. And these are well-known comics in France, Belgium, the Netherlands. These are superheroes, complete stories. It's like a couple of comic books in one. Sadly in Dutch, so it won't be of any use of any international viewers that don't speak Dutch. But also I believe 150 or something. I had these back in the day, but they got thrown out, and for some reason they were all here. So this is focusing on superheroes, and this one is focusing on Cosmos. Some of the titles may be familiar, but I vividly remember this one. There was also a science fiction one, which isn't in this stack, but I hope to get the science fiction one. Also 150. But look at that. It's more than just 4-color prints, and some of them are 4-color prints because I just showed. But area for the Dutch, Belgian, and French viewers, probably very well-known comics. And look at that. The level of the artwork is just amazing, and this stuff I was reading way back in let me see. I think I was 10 or 11 or something. I'm not sure if there's actually any release date on it. But this was early 80s, and I must say that these held up pretty well. But yeah, in the 80s, these came out in the 80s, and to find them in a thrift store is actually amazing. And this one, Nature. Also, look at the artwork. Just a whole bunch of complete stories and some articles, and it's just awesome stuff. This one actually I didn't have. I saw it sitting on the shelf, but this was the one I didn't get. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked to read this. And look at that. There's some sort of tree critter, nature rising up. Even in the 80s it was actually well known that we weren't doing the best with Mother Nature. This one, Kuifje, Super Kuifje Bizarre. And again, 150. Oh, that wasn't. Yeah, 150. And they were they had just been brought in. But look, some of the artwork is clearly not for color printing, and some of it is. But just, yeah, there's some pretty well-known comic artists at work here in this Tintin. Yeah, a great magazine based on Kuifje, based on Tintin. And this is Magic. And again, a lot of well-known. So yeah, I mean, this is not for all. Heartbreakers, so love stories. Yeah, this was the stuff that we were. And then the Olympic Games. And then another one, Meiden. I think, you know, this was aimed at kids, youths, and probably this is not something that you would find, you know, with all the sexism going on and stuff. You probably will not find it anymore on the shelves. But yeah, back to the Edge magazines. This actually was a special edition, and I love the way the covers work. I mean, this is what you expect. This also was just €1. But this actually was a magazine a release focusing on the release of the Wii U. And I think this is going to be a very collectible system in the future. And I'm actually quite fond of it. But yeah, just to have this time capsule, and this was from August 2011, and it's in great shape. So this is actually going in my Edge collection. And another one, this is from October 2012, and behind the PlayStation Vita, you know, some in-depth information, state-of-the-art gaming, you know, Vita. And it's very interesting to see how the industry was picking up on the Vita, what people thought of it, what the Vita would become and stuff. It's a very nice snapshot of the time, and probably will provide some good background information on, you know, a documentary video or something that I might do in the future, you know. So yeah, quite good research material, and also quite fun to read actually. And then there's only two left. One, I may actually have this double, because I sort of remember this cover. And this is Christmas 2006, and of course it's focusing on the PlayStation 3. Of course, interesting stuff. Yeah, if you browse through it, you see the PlayStation 3, kissing cousins, you know, it's all... The PlayStation 3 was big then, happening, and yeah. I had just started training to become a shrink, I believe. No, this is 2006. I was halfway through, so yeah. PlayStation 3. Very, I look forward to reading that. And then the last, and that's a very big one. It's probably a special release as well. Christmas 2009. these were all the interesting things, but when two worlds collide, how Dust 514 unites console and PC gamers in one astonishing universe. So yeah, I mean, Christmas release, you know, it really gives a snapshot of how the gaming industry was, you know, a couple of years back. And I don't want to have all the edges, but yeah, a couple of special special albums, special versions of it is actually quite cool. So yeah, those are the pickups of the thrift store that I had with Wouter.